Let's begin and stay with me through the whole gist, and remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you find this useful. Today we dive deep into what is already one of the biggest and most talked about political developments in Nigeria's journey to the 2027 general election. We focus on Peter Obi's bold vow to resist election rigging by every lawful means possible and what that means for the future of Nigerian democracy. This is about the heart of political expectations, public confidence, and how Nigerians see the path ahead to 2027. Like this video and subscribe if you want informed, fair, and honest political news.
The Peter Obi, known nationally and internationally as a former presidential candidate and former governor, has made an emphatic and very public declaration that anyone who tries to rig the 2027 elections in Nigeria will be faced with resistance by lawful means. He said this message clearly during a major political event where he officially announced his defection from the Labour Party to the African Democratic Congress, ADC. At that event in Enugu State, Obi made it clear that his movement is committed to ensuring credible and transparent elections in the upcoming general election. He stressed that Nigerians have endured flawed electoral processes in the past and that it is time for real change. He said that democracy must be defended and that weak institutions would say, like the Independent National Electoral Commission, or INEC, need to be strengthened for the will of the people to prevail. Now listen carefully. Obi's vow isn't just rhetoric. He didn't say, we might resist. He said anyone planning to rig the election should expect a resistance through lawful and legitimate channels. He stressed repeatedly that the resistance must be carried out by every lawful means, meaning through the rule of law, through monitoring mechanisms, and through civil and constitutional processes. This is very important because it sends a serious message to political actors that Nigerians are increasingly intolerant of electoral manipulation. If you haven't liked this video yet, go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. Now, this shift, Peter Obi moving from the Labour Party to the ADC, is itself a huge political move that has reshaped the opposition landscape ahead of 2027. Many see this as a strategic step, others see it as a reset for the opposition platform. Some political analysts have said that this may fracture the traditional opposition parties and force new alliances. Like this video if you think political change is necessary in Nigeria. There is also a lot of discussion about how this move impacts the broader coalition of opposition parties. Some officials within the ADC have expressed concern that major figures in opposition, especially Peter Obi and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, are not fully aligned. This has prompted conversations about whether the opposition will unite or remain fragmented as 2027 draws near. Hit that subscribe button if you want updates on these political dynamics. Opposition to Mr. Obi's defection has also come from members of the All Progressives Congress, the ruling party, who have described Obi's move as politically calculated rather than principled. They argued that forming a coalition through ADC doesn't necessarily solve the real problems facing Nigerians and that his vow might simply be political posturing. If you want balanced reporting, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Another interesting angle is how this development exposes genuine tension within the opposition ranks. There are reports that some members within the new coalition believe certain leaders should step aside so that Peter Obi can have the presidential ticket, while others argue for a broader contest. This means that even within the ADC, there are internal debates about leadership, strategy, and the best way to approach 2027. It's a dynamic situation with real implications. Make sure you tap that like button. It helps inform more people. Let's talk about what Obi is really saying without political filter. He is telling Nigerians that the time for weak democratic processes is over. He insists that institutions must follow the law and that elections must be fair. He wants steps taken now, even before the election year, to build confidence in the system. This includes things like confirming the educational credentials of candidates and demanding that counting and transmission of results be transparent and in line with the law. If you believe in electoral integrity, hit like and subscribe. And this is where listeners must understand. What Obi is advocating for is not simply about one candidate winning. He is making a case that Nigeria's democracy needs reform, not just leadership change. He has argued that if the core structures that validate how elections are conducted are weak, then Nigerians will continue to see crises after each election. Acting today to prevent rigging, in his message, is acting to protect the future of the nation. Like this video if you want democratic reform and transparency. It's also worth noting that some analysts believe his defection may not dramatically shift the political landscape if the ADC is unable to gain the strength and national presence needed to truly challenge the ruling party. Then they say that broad political support and alliances across regions will be critical for any change to happen. Subscribe so you won't miss what happens next. And here's something really strategic. Obi has made it clear that resisting rigging doesn't mean violence or unrest. He emphasizes doing it lawfully and constitutionally. That is a very important point because it reassures many Nigerians that this movement is about protecting democracy, not destabilizing peace. If you value peace and lawful conduct, show your support by hitting like and subscribing. Now, we've seen mixed reactions across the country. Many Nigerians are encouraging this stand. Many youths and civic groups have said they want real credible elections without manipulation. These citizens demand accountability from the electoral body and from political leaders. On the other side, critics are challenging how all these promises will translate into action, especially given Nigeria's complex political realities. Like this video if you believe Nigerians deserve transparent elections. Before I continue, let me ask, should I go deeper into how this vow could influence voter behavior and the role of INEC? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget again to like this video and subscribe if you're finding this breakdown valuable.